girl in the garden.
6 months on, and to many the events succeeding to see my demand.
Leslie Tiller was fucking murdered!
Hey guys, welcome to episode 79 of LTFM. Today I kind of have like the third part to those animals, to the list of animals that I've had throughout my life. All right. Let me move my legs because I'm honestly recording these all on the same day. My fucking legs are killing me. So, last one that I ended on was my fish. I was telling you guys about Pinky and Crimson. So, now we are gonna get into bearded dragons. So, technically, these bearded dragons were my boyfriend's bearded dragons at the time. But we lived together, and I did so much for them that I was like, those are mine. You know, I am doing a lot for them. I consider them mine because I definitely was taking care of them when they were dying. So, here we go. Falcor. Falcor was a boy. Um, he was a little bit of a jerk, I'll be honest, but he did show that he appreciated it when I would give him baths, when I would take him out, when I would do special things. I'd clean his cage for him. Uh he liked to sit like in his poop. Like he liked to be really stinky, which was kind of really gross to me because I was like, boy, I'm not gonna take you out. You're not gonna be laying on me if you're gonna smell like dookie, you know? So I would take Falcor out of his little terrarium thing, whatever, and I'd fill up like the sink with like some warm water. I'd put him in there with no soap, obviously, and I'd take like an old toothbrush and I'd scrape like around like on his like little scales and stuff like that. I'd rub my fingers on him, get any like debris off, make sure he was just clean, and it was good. You know, I'd wash off his little logs, make sure that there was no dookie or anything on it, and he would appreciate it. Take them out, obviously, to feed them, and it was cool. So his partner, kind of, her name was Reptar. Reptar was our girl, bearded dragon. She was a sweet, chunky baby, my sweetheart. Falcor was a little bit more gray, and she was like cream. And when she would shed, her skin around her eyes would turn like bright orange. And it's just like, oh, she's so gorgeous. I love her. She was great. She was such a sweetheart. She always looked like she was smiling, really chunky. Falcor and Reptar used to be in the same cage together. And he started getting kind of crazy and he bit off like two of her toes. And it was like, boy, you got to get out. So we switched him over into another tank, and the tanks were right next to each other, so they could see each other all the time. But he was also not able to hurt her. Um, she had eggs at one point one day, but none of them ended up hatching or anything. I don't know exactly what happened with that. I wasn't there in that moment. But she was really sweet and it was nice. Once like we had switched them into different tanks, definitely they did way better with themselves. Like she was able to relax. He wasn't always so fucking pissed off cuz he would just get black and it was like chill out, bro. Like his neck. When bearded dragons like get in a fuss about something, their necks be getting all black and like all puffed up and stuff. It was literally doing the most. So, um, Reptar had this thing sometimes where she would get like a little bit constipated, and it was like she hasn't pooped in days, like, and it would not be good. So, just like with Falcor, I'd fill up like the kitchen sink with some pretty warm water, and I'd put her in there, and I'd let her just kind of chill out because she like for bearded dragons, like you put like this calcium powder kind of stuff on their food. There's also calcium inside of like their pellets and things like that. And it's it like can make them constipated at times. So like sometimes she'd have like a plug of calcium and then a bunch of shit. So like she'd get comfortable in the water, start drinking a little bit of the like the warm water, and then she'd like let her legs hang out and just do a big push, and like a huge dookie would come out. And it was like, wow, I know she has to feel so much better. Let her just kind of sit in it, drain the water, fill it back up again, and I clean her. Same thing with the toothbrush, scrub any poop off that got on her, rinse her back off and everything like that. Just make sure that she was like clean and comfortable. And just like with both of them, old age started happening. He had had them for years before I got around them, so it was probably only like about 3 years that I was able to be around them, which I really appreciated. It was great. I loved being able to take care of them. I was there for both of them in their last days. Uh, and I was there to the point where I was syringe feeding them. I was putting them in the tub, trying to make sure I could get them to go poop. I was trying everything. Literally trying everything. I was doing everything that I could just because I wanted to make things easier for them. And it just sucked. I really I really miss Reptar. She was so sweet. I would let her lay on me with a little blanket on my chest. She enjoyed looking at Henwin and Canucks. She really liked them. Uh yeah, it was really it was nice. I miss Reptar. I also miss Falcor even though he was an asshole. Um It was fun. Reptar also, she loved sparkly things. And you know me, I love glitter. So I was like, twins. Like, anytime I'd have like glitter on my nails, she'd always like try to eat it. Or like, I'd put like a little lighter in front of the tank and she'd like start jumping around and like get all excited. Uh, we would put like different videos on for them to watch, like frog videos or like little nature videos with like Steve Irwin and shit like that. And they really enjoyed it. um, it was cute. It was cute. I really do like a bearded dragon. It's definitely in the way that you interact with them. If you take them out of their tanks a lot, I feel like they get really comfortable with you. So I do recommend if you're going to get a bearded dragon, just to interact with them a lot. Even though, like in the beginning, like when they're small, they might be a little bit fast and kind of running everywhere. But like, it's really important that you like handle your animals so that they get comfortable with you. It makes the relationship a lot better. You know, I feel like they'll get more comfortable with you like that. Also, Reptar used to do this thing where I'd feed her I'd feed her strawberries, and then she'd get strawberry lips afterwards because she was so light. And I'd be like, Reptar. And she'd like look up at me. And because I told you she always looked like she was smiling, she'd be smiling at me, and her lips and her face would be like all red by her mouth. And I used to call those strawberry lips, and she was so cute. And I know you're not supposed to kiss bearded dragons, but I was like, oh my god, I can't help it. So I'd give her little kisses, and it was so cute. Um, but yeah, I miss that sweet little baby. All right, on to Hamilton. um, Hamilton was a hairless guinea pig. He was named after the pig in Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. There's a pig in there that wears a white sweater that has a blue H on it, and his name is Hamilton. And he's just like a sweet little pig. And that was also my Hamilton. My Hamilton, I got him at a Petco, and randomly I went in. I was just like, I just want to look at some animals. Went in, and they had a hairless guinea pig. And I was, oh, I think that me and my ex were there because we had to get food for Uh, what is that? For the bearded dragons, actually. Hamilton only lived for about a few months, honestly. Uh, I think I got him in like January or February. And he passed away on July 2nd. Uh, he had just gotten diarrhea one day, and I was trying my best to call all of the places I could around, and it was the time of COVID, and they were like, if your animal hasn't been here before, we're not accepting any new clients right now. And it sucked because everywhere that I was calling, they were like, oh, yeah, that sounds really bad. He needs to be seen pretty quick. Like, he needs to be seen soon. And I was at work because I had to go to work because I had to pay for rent and stuff, you know? And then I ended up calling this one place. I even had like my coworker at work like helping me call different vets and stuff to see if they took in guinea pigs because technically they're an exotic animal and a lot of places don't have doctors there that can take care of them. Uh so I ended up finding this place in Valparaiso, which at the time was like 2.5 hours away. And I had no air in my car and uh I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna take him. So I had my ex come with me in the car. He was my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, just come with me. And drove out there, and they were like, yeah, he needs liquids. So they put liquids in him. They gave me some extra medicine to give to him, and they were like, just yeah, just give him this stuff and he'll be okay. And later on that night, Ham died, and man, it hurt. It hurt real bad. I I was in like such a bad depression over that for like it had to be like 4 months after. I couldn't fucking stop because I was trying so hard, man, and I like fucking I just wanted him to be okay. And I did so much work to try to save him, but their bodies are just so little and they can't deal with it, you know? They can't get diarrhea and just be okay. Like you need to do something now. And it just fucking hurt because you know, I was supposed to go get his brother. I was adopting like a new baby. Uh Actually that same month on the 17th I was going to be going to get another guinea pig so that he could have a little brother. Um and it fucking hurt. It hurt so bad. um I buried Hamilton with his favorite stuffed animal dinosaur. It was a blue triceratops. It was so cute, so soft. It was about the same size as him. He really liked it. He'd snuggle up next to it. Um, a little elephant blanket. I think I gave him one of the blue ones to match his dinosaur. And some treats, some chew toys. And it just hurt because after that happened, that night, like, I just felt so defeated. Like, I was holding him when it happened, and he was just gone. And, like, I tried to do, like, a little mouth to mouth thing, but I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. and he was just gone. And I'll be honest with you, I I held Hamilton for the rest of the night. And I just sat in the living room and I just cried and I just held him. And I just gave him kisses and it was like the only way that I could deal with it. And it still fucking hurts. Um but I did everything I could for him. And I guess it was just his time to go. And it really sucks. But I did everything I could. Um so on to the next thing. On to the next. I have Henwin. And Henwin is my sweet little baby. He is the boy that I was supposed to go adopt on the 17th of July. My sweet little baby son. So I was looking for a brother for Hamilton. And I found this website for this lady in Illinois, all the way at the bottom of Illinois. And she was a hairless guinea pig breeder. Lucky for me, right? It was about a 6-hour drive from where I am now. And I picked out Henwin, and he had to pay in full. He was almost like $300. It was very expensive. And I got him. I asked my mom to borrow some money from her, and I got him. So, everything happened. Ham passed on the 2nd, and I still was set to go pick up Henwin on the 17th. And it hurt me a lot because I was like, now he's not going to have a brother, And she didn't have any more guinea pigs on her website that were available for adoption. And 3 days before I was supposed to get Henwin and go pick him up, I had went on the website again, and there was a new listing. And this new listing was for a guinea pig that she got from a friend. He was about a year old already. And he is brown. He's got a little red hair on his nose. And that's my little Captain Kanakos. And it honestly worked out so good. It really makes me happy because it's like, damn, I was fucked up and I didn't know what I was gonna do. I felt so bad that Henwin was gonna come home and not have a brother, and then Canucks Bubba shows up out of nowhere. And it was perfect, so I bought him. Hi, Bubba. You hear me talking about you? He could hear me talking. You wanna lay down? Get in there, Bubba. Okay. But yeah, so it ended up working out perfectly, and on the 17th I picked up Henwin and Captain Knuckles. Henwin is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. He's my big boy. Henwin is just shy of 3 pounds. He's very big. He's getting so big that he's growing different dots of color on his back, which is cute. It kind of looks like a little dog paw, like the little pattern. Henwin is such a sweetheart, though. I love him. He waits patiently for his food in the morning and at night. His name comes from The Black Cauldron. It's an old Disney movie. I think 84, 85 it came out. He was just so sweet. When I seen him in those pictures, I said, oh, wow, he's so cute. And I wanted him. And he had a little stripe on his back that's white. And he was cream colored and white. And as he's gotten older, his cream color has turned into a nice dark brown, and he's so adorable. Um, and Canucks, my little brave man, I love him so much. He reminds me of Hamilton a lot. I didn't even tell you Ham's colors. So Ham was dark brown. He had a little ginger nose with a little white spot in between it. So he's almost like Hamilton, and it makes me really happy, um Canucks is a good boy. He was a good big brother until Henwin started getting a little bit older. Now they're challenging each other constantly. They get in a little bit fights, a little bit of a fight kind of thing here and there, but like they're not like biting each other and drawing blood. They're just kind of like jumping towards each other or like kicking each other in the butt or like booping each other in the butt. Like they don't actually hurt each other. They just kind of annoy each other like brothers. When Canucks was like, getting used to everything here, Henwin was like super small, like smaller than Canucks. And Canucks is only about 2 pounds right now. So Henwin is definitely bigger than him, even though he's younger. Um, Canucks would let him snuggle next to him, sleep on top of him sometimes when they were like inside of like this little carrot hideout thing. Um, he's a brave little man. Like, if I put anything in the cage that they have not seen before, he will immediately run up to it and just like check it out, see what it is. I'll throw a stuffed animal in there and he like runs up and jumps on it or something. Like, he is so brave. Henwin is like, oh, and he'll stick his head out and just kind of look at stuff. But it's so cute. And Henwin's birthday is on June 9th, but I don't know exactly when Canuck's birthday is, so now I'm starting to celebrate them both on the same day. So both of them have the birthday on June 9th. And hopefully this year I should be able to do something. I'll talk to you guys later about that in another episode. Knuckles loves my attention. He absolutely loves my attention. Anytime I give Henwin any kind of attention, he gets mad and he'll come over, he'll headbutt me, he'll do all this crazy stuff. But he's really sweet. He does not know how to kiss very well. He does bite a little bit more. Sometimes he does really good and does like little soft nibbles, but I don't think he knows his strength. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but I love him. He doesn't like ever draw blood, but I'm just like, damn, Canucks, that kind of hurt. When Henwin kisses me, he does really good. He'll do soft little nibbles, or he'll just lick on my finger the whole time. Sweetie pie. Um, Captain Knuckles, his name comes from the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. Captain Knuckles is in there. He's the main character. He's a bit of an asshole. I don't know if that name rubbed off on him, but Canucks is a little bit rough, let me tell you. Canucks has very short legs. He's a small little loaf. Henwin has very long legs. Very long legs, very long toes. Canucks has very short little stubby toes and everything. I love both of them so much. They get little baths, they get oiled up, they get breakfast, they get dinner. I watch them on the camera when I'm at work. They get to watch TV shows. I usually try to keep the TV shows to something like kid show things. So like they've been watching like The Magic School Bus, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Clifford the Big Red Dog is a really good one I like to put on for them. I like to imagine that it teaches them some pretty good things for when I'm not here. Also, those shows kind of slap, and I also enjoy watching them. So, yeah, I grew up watching them, so I feel like they could also grow up watching them. But those are my sweet little baby sons. And the last baby that I'll tell you about is Teddy Baby. Sweet, sweet Teddy Baby. Technically, he is Aaron's dog. I do take a lot of care of him. Uh, I help give him baths. I make sure that we change his little scarf anytime it's getting a little bit dirty. I've attempted to cut his nails. He freaks out really hard about that. I've been recently taking him on walks, whether if the weather is nice, the weather's been kind of like shit outside lately. He absolutely adores me. Like he will push Aaron over to get to me when I'm coming in the house. Like he does not care about anybody else if I'm right there. He loves me. He screams when I walk in the door. He can't wait to see me. I call Aaron on the phone. He puts me on speaker. I talk to Teddy. Teddy's losing his mind over there. Um, and also Aaron told me, he's like, uh, that he hated his ex. Like, he would bark and growl at her. And I was like, oh, Teddy. He knew that she was a bitch or something, because Teddy would never do that to me. He's never done that to me at all. He has done like a oh, we're playing kind of growl, like a kind of thing, like, like we're playing. He bites me sometimes, but like those play fight bites where it's like he's opening his mouth really wide, and then he like lightly taps his teeth on my skin. So he's not even biting. He's just like pretend biting. And I'm like, and then I go, ow, Teddy, ow. And then he'll like lick my hand. And it's so cute. We have a really good relationship, and I love Teddy. He he loves the boys. He loves Henwin and Canucks. He's honestly doesn't attack them. Like one time he busted in the room and I was like, oh, Canucks! And he's in the cage with the boys licking Canucks in the corner. He could have had the opportunity right there to kill him, and he just licked him. And I was like, oh my God, what a good boy. It felt so good that I was like, wow, that was such a close call. Um, but he's such a sweet boy. I love him so much. And yeah, that's it. That was exhausting, bro. I was not expecting to be crying the amount that I did. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. And thanks for hanging out with me. um yeah, it's and I don't feel bad for crying. It's anytime you talk about something like especially an animal, a pet that you've had, it's going to bring up some kind of emotion. And I don't feel bad about crying at all, because this is the way that I feel about my animals that I've had and the animals that I currently have. I love them so much. I take so much time out of my day to make sure that they're okay, and it's important to me, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I have to leave a party early because I'm need to go check on my animals. I don't care if I cannot go to somewhere because I need to take care of my animals. I do not care. They come first. It's almost like these are my children. And I don't have any kids right now. And I don't give a fuck if it hurts somebody's feelings. I've left so many places and people are like, really? You're going to do that for your guinea pigs? And I was like, yes, I am. Because you're not ever going to tell me about how to treat my animals because they're mine. But thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for listening to the podcast. I really appreciate everybody. This has been great, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.